in this period we are going to discuss about the term amphoteric nature of water. In last period we will discuss about the Lorentz-Bronsted theory, which is depends upon proton exchange, and depending upon that we are also discussed the conjugate acid base pair. This term also concerned with the Lorentz-Bronsted amphoteric nature of water. Water shows both properties of acid and base, hence it is called as amphoteric in nature. Water can show both properties of acid and base, so water is the amphoteric in nature. See the explanation of water. First of all, how to show the acidic nature of water by giving the example. Suppose H2O plus NH3. H2O plus NH3. In this reaction, H2O gives a proton to the ammonia, so that water is acid by giving the proton, and we get the NH4 plus OH minus. So in this reaction, water gives a proton or donate a proton, so acidic in nature. Another example, another base, HCl plus H2O. In this reaction, water can accept a proton. Water can accept a proton from HCl, so it is basic in nature. Basic in nature to give the HO3 plus and Cl minus ion. So in first reaction, water can donate a proton and shows the acidic property, while in another reaction water can gains the proton or accept the proton and shows the basic in nature. Therefore water can shows the both properties of acid as well as base, hence it is called as amphoteric in nature. This is a term, amphoteric in nature of water. After that, see some definitions. Definitions. First, strong acid what is strong acid? The acid gives large number of H plus ion in aqueous solution is called as strong acid. The acid gives large number of H plus ions in aqueous solution is called as strong acid. For example of the strong acid, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, etc. All these examples are of the strong acids. Why? Because whenever it dissociates in aqueous solution, to give the large number of H plus ions, hydrogen ions. Therefore, all these examples of the strong acid. Then, second definition, weak acid. The acid gives less number of H plus ions in aqueous solution called as weak acids. Those acids gives the less number of H plus ion whenever it is dissolved in aqueous solutions called as weak acids. For example of weak acid, first is the HCOOH, that is formic acid. Second one is the CH3COOH, acetic acid, formic acid and acetic acid are the examples of weak acid because it gives the very less ions, H plus ions when dissociating in aqueous solutions. Why? Because it dissociates partially. It dissociates partially small in extent. So these are the examples of weak acids. Third definition, that is strong base. The base dissociate completely in aqueous solution to give the large number of OH minus ions, that is hydroxyl ions in aqueous solution called as strong base. For example of the strong base, that is NaOH, sodium hydroxide. Second one is the KOH, potassium hydroxide. And last term, that is fourth, weak base. The base dissociate in small extent in aqueous solution to give the less number of hydroxyl ion. Less number of OH minus ions in aqueous solution called as weak base. Example of weak base: NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide, MgOH taken twice, that is magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, etc. are the examples of the weak base. So these all definitions are very important. Why? Because after that we will discuss about the Ostwald dilution law after some times, and which terms are applicable for that Ostwald dilution law. Out of that 4 terms, only weak acid and weak bases are applicable for the Ostwald dilution law, because it dissociates partially to give the less number of H plus ions, means called ions and non-ions, that is unionized molecules, both are obtained. So weak acids and weak bases are applicable for the Ostwald dilution law. So again, strong acid, strong base, weak acid, weak base. How to differentiate it? Strong acid and strong base. Strong acid means what? The acid or base dissociate completely to give H plus and OH minus. While weak acid and weak base means what? It dissociate partially or small in extent to give the less number of H plus and OH whenever dissociate in aqueous solutions. So these are the strong acids, strong base, weak acids and weak base. Then next term, degree of dissociation means what? Fourth definition, that is degree of dissociation. First of all, see the representation of degree of dissociation and formula of degree of dissociation. Depending upon that formula, we demonstrate the definition of degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation is denoted by alpha, and the formula of degree of dissociation is alpha is equal to number of moles get dissociated, divided by total number of moles. What is degree of dissociation? the number of moles get dissociated divided by total number of moles, or another formula, alpha is equal to percent dissociation upon 100. Percent dissociation divided by 100 to upon 100. So depending upon these two formula, how to describe the definition of degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation, the fraction of total number of moles, the fraction of total number of moles of electrolyte get dissociated to Gibbs ions when equilibrium attained is called as degree of dissociation. What is degree of dissociation? The fraction of total number of moles of electrolyte get dissociated, breaks up to give the ions, when equilibrium is attained, called as degree of dissociation. And the formula is alpha, percent dissociation upon 100. Again, therefore, percent dissociation can calculated by percent dissociation is equal to alpha into 100. So we get the two formulas for the numerical purpose. First, how to calculate the degree of dissociation and how to calculate the percent dissociation. So first of all, degree of dissociation can be calculated by using the formula alpha is equal to alpha percent dissociation divided by 100, and converting this formula, percent dissociation is equal to alpha into 100. That is 1 marks questions, MCQs can obtain by these formulas. Simple, very simple. So this is the degree of dissociation. After that, see the dissociation constant for acids and base. Fifth definition, dissociation constant for weak acid. Dissociation constant for weak acid. So, how to define this term? The constant or the equilibrium constant is obtained by applying the law of mass action. By applying law of mass action to the weak acid is called as dissociation constant for weak acid. Simply, the equilibrium constant obtained by applying law of mass action to weak acid called as dissociation constant for the weak acid. Dissociation constant for weak acid is denoted by Ka. It is denoted by Ka. A means stored acid and K is the equilibrium constant. So dissociation constant for weak acid is denoted by Ka, and definition is very simple. The equilibrium constant obtained by applying law of mass action to the weak acid. This is the explanation. Consider a weak acid HA. What? Consider a weak acid HA. A means stored acid, and according to Arrhenius theory, those substances gives H plus. So HA. Consider a weak acid Ha. The weak acid Ha dissociate partially in aqueous solution. Weak acid can dissociate partially in aqueous solution. To give the equation Ha aqueous to give the H plus A minus in aqueous. By applying the law of mass action to this equation, applying law of mass action to above equation. By applying the law of mass action, we get the Ka is equal to concentration of H plus into concentration of A minus divided by concentration of Ha. This is the Ka. We get the Ka where Ka is the dissociation constant for weak acid. We get the term dissociation constant for weak acid. Like was that. After that, next term, dissociation constant for weak base. Dissociation constant for weak base, and that is denoted by Kb. K is the constant, B for the base, Kb. Definition: the equilibrium constant obtained by applying law of mass action to the weak base. By removing acid, can write only base, is called as dissociation constant for weak base. Then explanation: consider a weak base BOH, B base, and it gives the OH minus according to Arrhenius constant. So for that purpose, consider a weak base BOH. Then the weak base BOH dissociate partially in aqueous solution. Dissociate small extent or partially in aqueous solution. Likewise that BOH in aqueous to gives B plus aqueous, OH minus aqueous. By applying law of mass action to above reaction, to same the dissociation constant for weak acids. By applying law of mass action, we get the equation Kb is equal to concentration of B plus into concentration of OH minus ionized ions divided by unionized ions BOH. So Kb, where Kb is called as dissociation constant for weak base. So we get dissociation constant for weak acid Ka and dissociation constant for weak base, that is Kb. Weak acid and weak base, these terms are applicable for the Ostwald dilution law. In next period, we will study the Ostwald dilution law, and for that purpose, these two terms are required: weak acids dissociation constant and weak base dissociation constant. After that, see the last term, neutralization reaction. What is neutralization reaction and how it demonstrated? Neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. What is neutralization reaction? The reaction in which acids and base reacts with each other. The reaction in which acids and base reacts with each other in aqueous solution to form the salt and water is called as neutralization reactions. For example, HCl plus NaOH. In aqueous medium, AQ, HCl is the acid and NaOH is the base. Acid and base both are combines together, reacts with each other, then by breaking it gives H plus Cl minus, Na plus OH minus. This Na plus and Cl it gives the NaCl, that is salt, and H2 water. So what is neutralization reaction? The reaction in which acids and base in aqueous solution reacts with each other to form the salt and water is called as neutralization reaction. Okay, thank you. Stop here.